It's all very well and good knowing that a particular niche would be a potentially good niche to sell in, but what you really want to know is what are the nuts and bolts to actually getting a business like that up and running. So in this video, I want to show you the steps that I believe you'd need to go through to get yourself up and running with a skincare range aimed specifically at men. Now, if you like this kind of information, where I'm helping you build your own e-commerce business, then consider giving this video a thumbs up. That way I'll know that you want more information just like this. Also consider subscribing to my YouTube channel, post brand new money making information just like this each and every day. And if I know you want more like this, I'm going to do heaps more for you, so you don't want to miss any of that. Also, if you've got a question or a comment below and I'll answer that personally for you. With that being said, let's get into men's skincare. We've got a very, very vain generations beginning to age. So millennials and Gen Xers, if you look on places like TikTok and Instagram and things like that, dudes are a lot more obsessed with how they look than they were, for instance, in my day. Lots more obsessed. And that's also to do with social media and the pressure, I am sure, that younger men would feel to, which women have been feeling for ages, to conform to certain body types, to conform to certain looks, to certain behaviors, all this kind of shit that society dumps onto us, okay? Anyway, so the challenge within that, particularly for this niche, for this men's skincare niche, is one of education. That, I think, is the fundamental thing to overcome. So most dudes, at least the dudes I know, wouldn't have a clue about skincare, wouldn't have a clue what's required, what's going to work for them, what their skin type is, what's a moisturizer, what's a mask. Like, they wouldn't have a clue what any of that stuff is. So the education process is important within that. And so if I was launching, I believe the best way of doing that would be an all-in-one product. Okay, that's kind of what my breakdown of the problem, as I see it, with regards to education. That seems like a very easy solution to the problem. All this shit you have to do, here's one package where it's all there for you, and you just put the goop on your face and you've done everything. That sort of thing. I reckon that would appeal to guys, you know what I mean? They, in my experience, they're not so interested in the pampering side of things, which is how you sell skincare to women. They're more interested in the looking good so they can get laid side of things. Just different horses for courses. Anyway, so and then within that, you've got niches. How can customers self-identify their skin types? How you approach that would also be interesting. Photography would be very important for that. And then, of course, you could build, if you're looking to niche that, you could build specific products relevant for those specific skincare types as one possible way of doing it, for instance, okay? So here's where I'd start. 80%, easily 80% of the products in this space are made by the same white labelers. And there's like, you know, in the USA, there's 10, I guess, big ones. I'm going to give you who they are, who are the big white labelers that everybody uses. Okay. So, which, you know, is interesting, because then the differentiator is the marketing, and it always is. Anyway, so you pick your bases, you get your ingredients, and then you work with the teams on what's called a custom formulation. There's a lot of different ways to do that, of course, but you just say, hey, here's what I'm going for. I'm going for dudes this age with this skin type in this kind of city living or rural living, whatever it is, okay? And they'll help you formulate. So here's the labs that I think are very, very good, with a little bit of commentary on them. And Essential Wholesale's good. Smith and Van Diver, very, very good as well. But in America, if you're going to sell in the States, that's another interesting thing, which I haven't put in there. You'd want to be like source in the country that you're going to sell in, okay? massively important. Don't try and import skincare, for instance, into Australia. It's a nightmare. Let somebody else do that. Source in the country. That's USA. There's some good ones I'd use in there. Here in Australia, these are very, very good. Private label skincare. That's a lady called Carinia that owns that. I've used Carinia for heaps of different things. Very, very cool. Her products are primarily marketed at females, but that's because all products, particularly in Australia for skincare, are marketed at females. And so there's a lot of interesting things you can do with that. The other one, which is particularly fantastic, is plskincare.com.au. I've also used those guys. They're very, very good as well. As I've said, the marketing is, because everybody's selling the same thing, the marketing is important. So fitness influencers, they're used to selling tea that makes you poo, aka diet tea. So because of that, they welcome, I believe, the opportunity to sell something else. And so I would be approaching them for skincare and things like that to do that. And then you're going to hire 2 or 3 to be like your brand ambassadors and things like that. Okay, that's how I promote it. I think that's the way, certainly in the beginning, to get that to go. And then as far as selling goes, I would sell via Amazon FBM. So FBM versus FBA, and we'll talk about that in a little wee while, but I'd sell FBM. I'd sell Instagram stores because of the influencers. You want to just have a direct process for that, as well as my own website. So my distribution channels would be Amazon, Instagram, and then, you know, Shopify website, WordPress website, whatever it is, my website, okay? And my strategy would be to use Amazon as a customer acquisition channel. So I don't really care about selling on Amazon to make money for this thing. I would focus on customer acquisition, extracting as many customers as possible off of Amazon, moving them onto my website, and then recurring profit from there. Okay, so that's kind of like a bit of a synopsis. I know it's kind of like a bit top level, but at least you've got some extra things to think about and with regards to it. Okay. Hey there, this is Neil-Asher from the Aussie Online Entrepreneurs. I want to say a big thank you for watching this video. That video actually was from the regular Monday night Q&A session, excuse me, that I have with the members of the Aussie Online Entrepreneurs. Over 2,500 of us now, and growing, by the way. We're the fastest growing community of e-commerce entrepreneurs right here in Australia, with sales, by the way, of over $50 million. Now, if you'd like to find out more about what we do at the Aussie Online Entrepreneurs and get yourself off there and come and join us, all you need to do is go to www.aussieonlineentrepreneurs.com.au. AussieOnlineEntrepreneurs.com.au. The link for that, by the way, is underneath this video, and I will welcome you with open arms and look forward to seeing you in the next video. Till then, have a good one. Bye.